Good morning and welcome to this week's edition of Sari's Tip on Golf. Last week we looked at the ball position, having the ball a little bit more forward to get the ball up and a little bit more back to get it low, and in the middle as a standard ball position. This week we want to look at the driver. The ball position with the driver is extremely important, but not only the ball position, the tee. A lot of people don't know how high to tee it. So as a rules of thumb, the height that you want to tee it as a standard tee is with the tee in the middle of the club face, where the ball will stick out, just half of the ball will stick out above the club face, above the head, the crown of the club. That's the standard height of a tee when you're hitting a driver. The reason being, the driver is not a club that we hit down on. The driver is a club that we hit with a sweeping motion. So we hit it on the up. So that's why the ball is teed up a little bit in the air, so that we can hit it on the up and get the ball off. So we don't make contact with the ground. We don't hit divots, and we don't hit the driver on a downwards motion. For that reason, that's why we move the ball forward in the stance with the driver. Because as the stance is in the middle, the driver will hit on a downwards motion. As we move the ball forward, the driver will come down and start moving up and hit the ball on the upwards motion. So we want the ball forward in the stance so that the driver can hit it on the up. But now, when we tee the ball up very high, so when you've got a position with the ball way above the crown of the club, I would suggest moving the ball further forward. Normally when you're playing downwind or you need a lot of hang time, move the ball a little bit more forward so that you can get underneath the ball nicely. When you want to tee it a little bit lower, you're playing into the wind, or you just want to hit a penetrating drive, tee the ball a little bit lower and move it just a little bit back, but not in the middle. Still forward in the stance, but just a little bit back from the left foot. So let me show you. Here we've got a ball that's teed up fairly high. So when we take our stance with a driver, we start again with the ball in the middle of our stance. You see half the ball is above the crown of the club, and all we do is we take a big step with the right foot, and we can just open the left foot slightly. There we've got the ball on the left heel, teed up very high, so I can hit it with a sweeping motion off the tee. When we want to hit it a little bit lower, so the ball's teed up a little bit lower, maybe for the better player rather, still take a step with the right foot, but just a little step with the left foot. So the ball is still in the front of the stance, but it's not in the middle. So that I can just make a little bit more better contact with the ball. The idea is to get a more penetrating ball flight. Remember always, when you get your address position with the driver is not there to hit divots with. The driver sweeps the ball off the tee. So you have to get the ball forward in the stance so that you can sweep it off. So remember, if the ball's teed up very high, on the left foot to sweep it off. If it's teed a little bit lower, just move it back 2 or 3 balls. Thank you for joining us this week on Sari's Tip on Golf. Next week we're going to look at the bunkers. We're going to try and explain what to do in the bunker to make sure that you can get the ball out consistently out of the bunker. Thank you.